The impact tremor was slight, but enough to rattle the cutlery in my kitchen. I stood still, coffee mug halfway to my lips, listening. A second tremor followed, a heavier thud, then silence. I set the mug down, walked cautiously to the window, and parted the blinds. Smoke rose from the tree line near the old quarry behind my cabin. I lived off-grid, no neighbors for miles. Crashes didn't happen here. Planes didn't fly this low. And yet, something clearly had. I grabbed my coat, a flashlight, and my grandfather's old rifle. By the time I reached the crash site, dusk was settling in. A jagged scar cut through the forest, trees split and scorched, and in the center, a sleek silver craft, partially buried in the earth. It hissed faintly, vents expelling mist, glowing like it still breathed. Cautiously, I circled the wreckage. Panels were cracked open like broken ribs, revealing humming circuits. Then a sound, soft, pained. A groan. A figure crawled out from the wreckage, collapsing to her knees. I froze. She wasn't human. Not quite. Her form was humanoid, tall, lithe, with silvery blue skin that shimmered under the light. Her eyes glowed faintly violet, and her white hair was slicked back with streaks of ash and blood. She wore some kind of torn exosuit, armor melted in places. Her breathing was shallow, her limbs trembling. Her eyes locked on me. She whispered hoarsely, "Please. Human." She collapsed. I carried her back to the cabin, half unsure of what I was doing. Every survival instinct screamed not to bring an alien into my home. But another instinct, deeper and inexplicable, pulled me toward her. She slept for hours on my couch, wrapped in a blanket, her skin radiating warmth that seemed unnatural. I watched over her, barely blinking. When she stirred, her gaze found mine instantly. "You helped me." "Yeah," I said. "You were hurt." She tried to sit up, wincing. "I cannot walk straight. What did you do to me?" "You crash-landed. I carried you." She blinked, as if confused. "You didn't bind me." I raised an eyebrow. "Bind you? Why would I?" Her lips parted slightly, and for the first time, I saw it, fear. And then something else. Curiosity. Because we are not meant to be kept alive. Not by humans. We are weapons. Dangerous. Well, maybe I'm just not a typical human. A faint smirk tugged at her lips. Clearly. Over the next few days, she remained at the cabin. I patched her suit, fed her, talked with her as she regained strength. She never told me her name, only that she was a scout from the Virellan Union, her mission derailed by sabotage. Her body healed quickly. Too quickly. She didn't walk like before, though. She stumbled, legs trembling after every few steps. "Still can't walk right?" I asked gently. She gave me a hard look. "It is not injury. It is your presence. You affected my physiology." I laughed. "What? You allergic to kindness?" "No. It's not that. You've imprinted onto me." "Come again." My species bonds when near compatible biological frequencies. Like chemical heat. But deeper. More primal. Your touch, when you carried me, triggered the instinct. I stared at her. "Are you telling me you're in heat? Because of me?" She looked away, jaw tight. "I burn. And now I burn, only for you." The silence that followed was heavy. Then she added, softly, "It is not optional." From then on, she kept close. When I cooked, she stood near. When I slept, I sensed her outside the bedroom door. Her presence was constant, magnetic. One evening, as rain poured outside, I found her sitting on the floor by the fireplace, knees drawn to her chest. "I don't understand this," she whispered. "What part?" You. All of it. You didn't hurt me. You didn't take advantage. You didn't fear me. And now I want you in ways I cannot explain. You don't have to explain, I said, kneeling beside her. I can't walk straight because of you, human, she said with a bitter laugh. I dream of you. My body pulses with fire when you're near. What did you do to me? Nothing. I just helped. That's everything, she said, her voice trembling. Where I come from, that is doing everything. And then she kissed me. Not like a human kiss. Her lips were warm, soft, but when she touched me, something surged, an energy transfer, a glow between us. Her skin lit faintly, her pulse matching mine. I gasped. She shuddered. I was made to conquer, she whispered. But you conquered me with kindness. That night changed everything. She didn't need a bed, but she took mine anyway, curling into me like a furnace. Our bond deepened, not just physically, but emotionally, cosmically. She trusted me. I trusted her. She told me about her people, their wars, the hierarchy that made soldiers like her expendable. You were just a tool to them, I said. Yes. Until now. Now I feel alive. Weeks passed. Her ship remained in ruins, half sunk in mud and moss. She never asked to leave. Instead, she built devices using salvaged tech, repurposed shields, sensors, and a tiny fusion cell to power the cabin through winter. She trained in the forest, graceful again. Her steps steady now, but always returning to me, like I was her anchor. One morning, she returned from a run, sweat glistening along her collarbone. Are you better? I asked, handing her water. She smirked. I can walk fine now. Then the bond wore off. No, she leaned in, pressing her forehead to mine. I simply learned how to live with the burn. Then came the message. Her communicator, salvaged from the wreck, chirped with a pulsing light. A signal. From her people. She stared at it, silent. Then crushed it in her hand. You're not going back? I asked, stunned. They'll come eventually, she said. But I won't answer them. I belong here now. With me. With you, human. The final night of summer, we stood under the stars. She looked up, her silver skin shimmering like starlight. You changed me, she said. How? I was built for war. I was meant to obey. But now, she turned to me. Now I choose. She took my hand, pressing it over her chest. I burn. Only for you.